All right, so this is Unit 10, Formative 2, Video 1, Matrices, and this is our last set of video notes for the year, so congratulations. Okay, so matrices are different. We've never seen them. They're actually just a way to represent a lot of data that might be in a paragraph, okay? So that we have rows and columns, okay? So, for example, like here's our rows, and here's our columns. Okay, and then they're usually labeled or they represent certain things. So for example, we could have this row represent Alex, this row represent Cole, and this one represent Patty. Okay, so Alex did 2, -7, and 0. Okay, Cole did 3, 8, and 4, and then Patty did 5, 9, and -6, but we don't know what they did. Okay, so that's where the columns come in handy. Okay, so the columns could be, for example, it could be pieces of candy. So let's say on Monday, Alex took 2 pieces of candy. But on Tuesday, he gave back 7 pieces of candy. And then on Wednesday, he didn't take any candy. Okay, and then Cole on Monday took 3 pieces, took 8 on Tuesday, and then 4 on Wednesday, okay? And then Patty took 5 pieces of candy, 9 on Tuesday, and then gave back 6 on Wednesday, okay? And it could be anything. Let's use candy. All right, so here's an example of how you write one. So Sam worked 8 hours at Hy-Vee and 6 hours at Baker's. Robert worked 6 hours at Hy-Vee and 4 hours at Baker's. We're going to represent the information in a matrix. So our matrix are always going to be brackets, okay? And it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and put Sam here and Robert here, which would make this Hy-Vee and this Baker's. But you can go Sam, Robert, Hy-Vee, and Baker's. So you can flip them around. Okay, so Sam worked 8 hours at Hy-Vee. So we got Sam, and then Hy-Vee would be 8. Okay, so make sure they line up. And then Baker's, he worked 6 hours. Robert worked 4 hours at Hy-Vee. I'm sorry, 6 hours at Hy-Vee. I'm ahead of myself. And he worked 4 hours at Baker's. Okay, so, and that's how you read them. Now these are adding matrices. So just like the example, like if we had 1 week and then we had another week with Hy-Vee with Robert stuff, we could add how much they totally did on each day. So your answer is going to look like your questions. So this is what we call a 2 by 2 matrix. 2 rows by 2 columns, okay? So your answer is going to be 2 by 2. And what you have to do is you have to take each number in the position, so this is in the top left, and you're going to add it to the number in the top left in the other matrix. So 1 plus 3 is 4, okay? Then you have -3 plus, remember there's a plus here, -1 gives you -4, okay? Okay, now you have the bottom left, and you need to add it to the bottom left. So 2 plus -4 is -2. And then you got 4 plus 0 is 4. And that's your answer. Okay, here's a subtraction. So subtraction works the same. This negative out here is subtracting all the numbers. Okay, so you can change it to addition, but remember when you change it to addition, you have to change all the signs. So that becomes negative. The -2 becomes positive. -3 becomes positive, and the 5 becomes negative. And then it's just like the addition problem. So -6 plus -4 is -10. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then -1 plus -5 is -6. Okay, this one's a multiplication. It's called a scalar multiplication. Okay, so this -5 is just like having, I'm sorry, not -5, 0.5. It's just like having a 0.5 outside the parentheses. You're going to multiply the 0.5 by everything that would be in the parentheses. Okay, so again, it's going to look the same. So it's a 2 by 2 matrix, so our answer is going to look 2 by 2. So we have 0.5 times 6, so that's half of 6 is 3. And then we have half of negative 8, which is negative 4. Then we have half of negative 2, which is negative 1. And then we have half of 4, which is 2. Last one. This one has both. It has a multiplication and an addition, so you have to follow the order of operations. So make sure you multiply, then add. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this by multiplying the 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and 2 times negative 7 is negative 14. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this one down. So negative 1, 0, 4, and 8. And now it's just an addition problem. Okay, so we're going to take 6 plus negative 1 and get 5. And then we're going to take 12 plus 4 and get 16. Then we're going to take negative 4 plus 0 and we'll get negative 4. And then negative 14 plus 8 gives us negative 6. And then that's the answer. So that's how you do matrices.